Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command American Civil War, the free DLC which has been released for it, looking at the Franco-Prussian War. So this is Blood and Iron, the 1870 DLC, which goes up to January of 1871. We have done pretty well for ourselves so far. This is episode 4 in the series. We've recently taken Belfort in the south. We've already taken Metz in the north, Strasbourg in the east, and we also hold all of our secondary objectives. And so now all we really have to do is either break the will of the French to fight, which is still a bit of a ways away, they're at 57% fighting spirit, or take Paris. One way we will probably break their will is if we take all these surrounding towns at Paris, because Paris is very well dug in. You can see there's a lot of entrenchments around it, but they have a lot of FS objectives around the city, which basically would mean encircling the city and launching the historical siege. Napoleon's government has already been overthrown, and so now we're fighting sort of a mixture of formerly professional French soldiers and French National Guardsmen. The biggest challenge we've had at this point, trying to maintain the momentum, we just recently took Verdun, is the fact that supplies are becoming an increasingly difficult thing to maintain. We've got to maintain sort of a collection of headquarters around each other to keep our supplies up, but to do that seriously limits our mobility and ability to continue to push deep into France. So we kind of have one thrust in the south here. These guys are going to starve out this brigade, but we've got kind of one thrust going on in the south near Belfort, where we have one headquarters, and then we kind of have another thrust near the Frederick Karl headquarters in center, and then we've got two other headquarters up here in the north. But that's kind of the situation we find ourselves in. We also do have some new siege guns which have just arrived, so we can go ahead and deploy those. And we also have a new division which just arrived as well, which I think will also deploy. I'm not really sure where to deploy that division. Maybe in the south here. We've already done our turn pretty much for this turn. We do have some points left to spend, so we're going to go ahead and buy a couple of headquarters here to try and improve our supply situation. It'll take about a month to show up. And with that being said, I think it's about time to jump forward. I'm not sure if there's anyone we want to spend our remaining points on from a reinforcement perspective. I think most of the troops we can reinforce already moved this turn. We also do probably want to move some of our regiments around to provide garrison support in the event of needing to like reinforce guys that are gonna be dealing with partisans, because that's also something we've gotta manage. All right, so we've got one regiment at Nancy, a regiment at Strasbourg. Those are kind of the main places we've seen potential partisan risks. We also probably need one here. Is this Verdun? Yeah, next to Verdun. So we'll put one of these regiments up to Verdun next turn. I don't think they can move yet. And then we also moved one down here because I'm going to put them at Mulhouse, where there's a potential partisan. And we also probably need one at Belfort as well. Let's do this. I can't raise any more regiments. I don't have enough points left. We'll do that next turn. But yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn and see what things have in store for us. The French have reinforced to some extent. They've got, I think they're up near around 20 units. They had been all the way down toward 10, but we still have more than double or even triple of their total forces. So overall, things are still considerably favoring us. Although they do have some ability to cause some problems in some isolated spots on the battlefield. Again, our supply situation isn't great, which means they do have a better chance in individual engagements where they've got high supply and our supplies are low. So actually, that's probably the most activity we saw out of the French in a while. A couple of isolated counterattacks against us. These guys are all low on supply. Let's bring this 12th division down. This division back. All right. One other way to get supply is just frankly by taking towns and cities and things like that. So we'll attack near Vitry. Knock out that French division. Keep advancing west. This is probably the closest unit or section of units to Paris. Partisans along this route. So we'll keep driving west. Our supply situation is tolerable with these guys, as long as there's no push up near Vitry against their flank. But we're moving toward Paris. What's the they're sitting at 14 units, so they did get some new units that came up, but it looks like they've started to attrit away. Why can none of my guys advance through this forest to engage these guys? I'm gonna take unnecessary casualties just trying to clear this division, the 16th Guard Division. Can't move them anywhere. God, I can't fucking finish these guys off. Alright, we got rid of them. Took a lot more effort than I would have liked, but we took that town as well. Push west. Ooh, there's some, these guys are high quality. They're level 11 out of 10. So they're over strength. Let's move von Steinmetz up to Verdun. Move von Werder back to this supply center, so it should be a level 10 next turn. No. Okay. Well, it still should help. Supplies generally. Not sure if there's any Frenchmen coming down on our northern flank, so we'll advance 2 divisions that way just to make sure. We could, I don't know if like taking these secondary supply cities like Longwy and Montmedy, if that would help at all. They do have fortresses there, which make me kind of leery of doing that. Actually, let's undo that. Is your supply good enough to reinforce you guys? Not fully. These forests are just a nightmare to try and move troops through. Force march those guys. I guess the Argonne is just historically difficult to move troops through, so maybe we should have more troops in the south on those plains, but... Alright. Those guys back. They brought a fresh regular division forward. These guys' experience is too low. Upgrade that artillery to rifled guns. Get all these guys up to 10 who are within range of that headquarter unit. These guys are probably going to get wiped out next turn if the French attack there, but... Take some of these towns on the southern flank. I think it helps with supply generally. I'm not sure. Alright, let's move these guys. Mulhouse, which will... troops there. We cut off anybody in this pocket. Epnel is probably a place we want to take, but I don't think I have the strength to take it at the moment. These guys are just sitting on a rail line. Did I already move them some? Oh, I just don't have points to move them. Okay. I'm going to try and pull some of these stronger divisions off of my guarding of the flanks here. We'll leave a few units left to guard, and then we'll shift more of them west to try and give a little bit more power to the push on Paris. And then we did have those new units which we deployed, but I didn't save any rail or any points to move them by rail. We had that one new division which we deployed, I think, at Freiburg. They're sitting on a rail line right now, right? Yeah, let's keep them on that rail line. We'll move down to Mulheim. Okay. I think that does it for this turn. So let's move forward another day. Oh, I didn't... Well, I did spend all my points. Okay. Our income continues to increase, which I think is a little bit funny that, like, taking French cities probably shouldn't help our income. But it does. So, okay. Alright, so they did attack and wiped out that lead division, which I wasn't able to reinforce. But at least my guys, you know, gave a little bit of headache to the French. They inflicted 3 casualties on them. And that was a pretty non-committal turn. Alright, 3-3. Well, that didn't go very well. Ended up 2-4. Alright, we'll wipe that lead division out, that French division at Lour. Okay. I don't know about putting the Crown Prince out front. But we'll keep the advance going. Attack this National Guard division here. Maybe we can wipe it out. These guys near Joinville. These guys are on a rail line, so we'll move them west to join the drive on Paris. Keep these guys at Toul. And we'll also move this cavalry division here toward Vitry as well. And we'll keep pushing on Paris. So we're closing in. We're not that far away. Probably should advance north along this rail line rather, because we're moving along a main roadway here, but the Chalon-sur-Marne is probably the better approach because that's where the rail line veers north. Although it doesn't really veer west at all from there, so maybe not. Plus our northern move with von Steinmetz and von Werder should help with that. All right, let's attack here. Cavalry here to try and take Saint. I'm not sure how to pronounce that town name. But we drove him out of the town in any event. All right, so we should be through the forest here, the Argonne. Let's get these guys all up to full strength. Von Werder up to Clermont. This should keep our supplies strong on this forward advance here. Okay, these guys are going to struggle with supplies, but Montois, we're kind of flanking this position here near Supaz, and they'll have at least a level 5. I feel like a level, as long as you have at least 5 supply, you are somewhat effective as a combat force. You can see this, the force really fucks with our supply there, but trying to get that regiment up to Verdun to provide garrison support. And yeah, all right. Did I use all my points up? I did. All right. No more rail support for those siege guns. I don't really need the siege guns at the front at the moment anyway, so we can just kind of keep moving these guys as is. And I think that'll do it for September 15th. So we'll move forward to the 16th and see what life has in store for us here as we go deeper into this campaign. This isn't the most, like, that's the interesting thing I think about this particular campaign is early on there's a lot of fighting, overcoming fortresses, figuring out like how to advance against the enemy effectively. But I feel like the midpoint of this campaign, like where we are right now, or maybe the late point even, you've defeated the French military for all intents and purposes. But what you're really struggling with is how do you keep the momentum going? How do you keep troops supplied? And so it's probably like less exciting, if you will, of a campaign, but it's still, I think, an interesting challenge to overcome. Why am I bombarding that town? I thought... Okay. I just wanted him to take the town. Alright, let's move back up there. Okay, so we'll move on Vesoul next turn. Let's reinforce these guys. They're Baum. They can hopefully hold out against the 16th French Division. Also, there's a French headquarters down here, which I'm guessing came from Dijon, which is a FS objective as well, sort of in southern France. Wow. I can't attack those troops at Plomiers effectively at all. I don't even know where they're drawing their supply from. There's no roadways up there. I guess that town may just be generating some for them. Feels kind of like we're wasting these 2 divisions of ours down here. Can I rail these guys to the front? Close. Let's rail them here. We'll still have, I think, 5 supply next turn, right? No, they'll have 7. Nice. Okay, so we'll have 2 divisions down here in the south against this 16th French Division with their upgraded weapons. But I may move them north toward Rougemont to try and flank the troops out of Vesoul, because my real purpose of the southern drive is Dijon. Okay, there's some French observation balloons. These guys. Let's pull this cavalry unit back. We'll put a fresh one up front here. Okay, that artillery should be able to support against these French infantry if they attack our cavalry here, or if they move east. It does expose the artillery a little bit. If we do this, will that help at all? Nominally. Let's put those troops up. This cavalry is vulnerable if the enemy decides to attack them, but if they do, they'll be diverted away from our main thrust, which I'm, I guess, okay with. Okay. They should get supply next turn, right? Yes. So they get back up to 5 as we take more of these northern towns and sort of isolate any fortress garrisons there. I don't think they can move them out anyway, but... These are just going to be bloody fights that I'm not going to have enough strength to finish the enemy off, aren't they? Yeah. They're just going to keep reinforcing, and I won't have the strength to finish their units off. Do I have enough points to rail move that siege artillery? I do. Do I want to? That's a different question. Let's hold off on that for now. Let's go hit these balloons. Move one division up toward that, along that railhead. Oh, let's move 2. We'll see if we can flank these guys out of their position by just taking the, what has to be the depot city in their rear. Cavalry will move down there to take that town. I just want to make sure they don't, like, pincer me out of existence. But we're closing in on Paris, boys. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I don't want to leave my flank too exposed. The 25th Hessian Division would be nice to rail forward, but we'll hold off on that for now. Do I want to move these siege guns here? Do I want to wait? I should wait. But I don't know that I'm not advancing along the railway. So Reims would be the logical place to shift our advance north to keep us on this rail line. And then from Reims we would, well, no. So if we take Chalon, the rail moves toward Epernay, Dormans, Chateau Thierry. So we'd advance along this way toward Lagny. Okay. All right. So let's hold off on moving that siege gun by rail at the moment. I think these guys may just pull out. We're flanking them from the north and the south. I should also check to see if they're still raising new units. They're going to pull back down there in the south. And I was right, this unit did pull back toward the railhead. The balloon reinforced and didn't move. That's interesting. All right, they attacked my lead cavalry element there. We did have some defensive artillery fire, but it didn't really do anything. It might have prevented us from losing too many men. They also are attacking with their own elite cavalry there, which we did inflict some losses on. So I'm kind of surprised that cavalry division of ours survived against 2 attacks, one of infantry, which usually does well versus cavalry, and one of guards, sort of elite cavalry. Von Gubin's headquarters is ready. That'll be nice. Von Gubin. Let's move this division here. So we drove the cavalry back. destroyed it. Very good. Okay, let's... fully reinforce the troops we can. It's a lot of points to move with guys, just a few hexes, but I think it's worth it. Can I attack? No, you can't move artillery and attack the same turn. So I've got... let's just do it. Let's bite the bullet. Maybe we can take this town this turn. Probably not. But we at least cut them off. Okay. Oh wait, we can. We can move these guys in maybe and finish them off. Not quite. Close. Not quite. All right, we'll finish off that unit next turn. So they're good from a partisan perspective. I don't have enough supplies to keep these guys, you know, ready. Or fully combat capable, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Okay, let's wipe out this division. We got him. Nice. Okay, we took that town. Leading the formation with my artillery is kind of amusing, but... oh shit. Someone at Belfort. Can I move anybody there? Does anybody have the ability to move there? Yes, I will move my siege guns down there. I don't care. I just don't want partisans rising up in my rear. I thought I had another division up here, but I guess I already moved them. Oh yeah, I moved them in the south. Oof. Heavy casualties there for us. But we badly battered the 16th Division. So they may pull back toward Bescon. Okay. Alright, let's wipe out that observation balloon and we'll keep moving west. We'll cross... is that the Marne River we just crossed? Another river either way. Keep our general and our troops moving along these roadways. Slowly keeping up. as we continue the drive on Paris and get closer and closer. New units. Oh yeah, headquarters unit. We'll arrive at Koblenz, and then we'll have to figure out where we want to move it. It's a very capable officer. I think another headquarters in the north will help, but we could also use it maybe to guard the flank. I'm not sure. I mostly see the point in using money to reinforce rather than buy new units at this point in time, because it takes like a month for any new units that are purchased to show up. So I'd rather keep the units I have effective. Oh god. Pincered! Than spend it on new troops that I can't use till the campaign is probably almost over. Alright, a little bit of a counterattack by a handful of isolated units here. But it's not really in a strategically significant spot unless they really push east strongly. So reinforce them. Still moving on, yeah. Let's reinforce the troops that we can. Up to 10. Nice. Everybody along this rail line. You all get reinforcements. And we'll move that fully reinforced formation next turn. Probably want to pull one of the infantry back. I don't think using artillery as garrison troops makes a lot of sense. Can I really not? I guess we'll pull these guys back to where they actually have supply. Man, these roads suck. Their advance is so slow. What are these? They're partisans? But I don't know why their partisans are rising up, because they don't have... I mean, they're not behind lines, so they're just like partisans in their own lines? Alright, we'll use our artillery shells up because I'm basically not using these guns at all. 0 to 5, wipe them out. Alright, let's advance on Reims. Well, that cavalry attacked him, didn't really do anything. Okay, so the troops here at this town now are cut off. I'm gonna take Reims. That fortress town I think is important. It's a supply center also. No partisans here. So we'll split our force here. Some will go north to Reims, some will go west. And then to that end, we will move that new headquarters unit. Oh, I can't move them via rail? I'm confused. Why? Can you just not move headquarters via rail? I don't understand that. Maybe if I move them into the actual city next turn. What are they on strength-wise? They're not getting any stronger. They're sitting at 10. Okay. Oh, actually, no. It's probably because I don't have any more points. I'm never really paying attention to my MPPs, but we'll end this. We'll end this turn. We're getting a little bit toward the end of this episode, probably, but we'll see. Okay. The holding of elections strengthens the government's authority. What does that mean? Does that give them more money? Does that make their fighting spirit go up? Like, what does it mean? I don't know. In any event, the Imperial troops still exist, but they also have the National Guard troops. We're getting a couple of isolated counteroffensives going on here. This one near Rear Malt. I don't know what they're going to be attacking toward. French Catholic opinion is disappointed with the withdrawal from Rome. French conservative opinion strongly disapproves of Garibaldi's presence in France. Garibaldi, like the unifier of Italy? We're also going into the fall. Unification of Italy is completed as the Pope loses power in Rome. And we've got another division arriving. Okay. Now we get the mud. Fuck. That's gonna make campaigning annoying. Wow, this is punishing. We can barely move. We're gonna have to, I guess the railways become even more important. Cause like, yeah, we can leapfrog ahead a little bit with railways. Oh my God. Well, these troops in central France are probably even more screwed, right? Right, they should have good supply next. Not good, but better now that they took that town. Okay. Big rail depot that we just took. Cavalry go after their headquarters, I guess. Man, even the cavalry can't move very well right now. I already spent all my points without thinking about the headquarters back at Koblensk. Koblenz. Okay. Oh my God. Give me dry weather. This ground is impossible to move on. One hex a day? Jesus. We are just within spitting distance of Paris. The one thing that scares me is if they have like a huge force there. They did raise 5 more units this turn. Woof. That's a lot. Where can my new units go? Can I strengthen the advance by forward deploying them, or do they all have to deploy in Germany? They have to deploy in Germany, all right? These guys might get wiped out up near Steine. I mean, I kind of moved these guys as much as I could. So... Yep, I guess we'll just end the turn. And now it's raining. Well, it doesn't say it's muddy. I don't know how moving will work in the rain. It's a very narrow front that we're moving down toward Paris, though, in that sort of central line of advance. Gustave Cluseret and the anarchist Baucan lead an insurrection in Lyon. Interesting. Well, it's good to know that France is not unified on their war effort. Ooh, wow, we've got a bunch of brigades coming up. I think we bought those a while ago to help us garrison. And so it did rain on the French turn, but it looks like things are a little bit more stable here. Can we not drive them back? Ah! I ran my artillery headlong into... Are these the insurrectionists? These are the communists, the Internationale. I don't think they're going to be very good against Prussian soldiers, but we'll see. They're certainly what they lack in, perhaps discipline, they make up for in numbers, I guess. Let's pull... No, actually, we just got new brigades, so let's deploy one of these in the south. We'll move them up via rail next turn. Okay. We'll move the division forward from Toul next turn also. All right, so... Nice. The Forest of Reims to get that rail line connected. Goddamn forest, stay away from them. That's my lesson here. Stay away from forests. Alright, reinforce them. The artillery won't be ready next turn for the bombardment of Reims, so that may take 2 turns. But we'll go to try and take Reims. Can we reinforce these guys up here? We can. So we'll do that. Secure our northern flank. And I still have some points left, so let's move that headquarters in Koblenz before I forget. Rail move. Good. And we'll just, I guess, keep them... Let's do this. Let's support the troops down here. I can always move them next turn. I don't have anywhere to move them in the north anyway yet until I take some of these towns. Alright, so we took Cressy. Yeah, that rail line doesn't hook up to anywhere though. Alright, so we've got some troops near Paris that we've spotted. We're in the Paris vicinity. I think we'll end the turn here and we'll do one more in this episode, and then I think the following episode might be, well, hopefully will be our last. These guys are gonna move. Oh shit, I didn't need to move them there. I forgot about the brigades that we just raised. And we're back to mud, at least for the French turn. We'll see if it dries out for our turn. Remember, they alternate days, so. The fall of Metz triggers anti-government riots in Paris, but Metz fell a while ago. That must just be a triggered event. Maybe the news just got to Paris. No, they didn't tell anyone. Either way, it hurts, I guess, their industry, or whatever it hurts in Paris. We heard explosions, so probably supply. Although it could hurt the troops there too. Not sure. Alright, so looks like the weather might be better for us. It doesn't quite look as muddy. And I completely forgot about these guys again. This is what I do. Alright, let's bombard these international troops in the south. Lyon, I'm guessing where the revolution was, is just sort of the whole province. Alright, so we destroyed that unit. Oh shit, there's more of them. So we'll guard the flank. What's the, do they count as, they're just part of everything? Oh man, their strength keeps going up. They're up to 22 now. But some of those might be international soldiers, so they might be crap, because that's what they seem to be. They seem to be crap. Their supply is 8? How? I guess our supply got better because I just threw Von Goeben. Yeah, wow, our supply got a lot better. Alright. And that should secure our southern flank. Guys on this rail line, and then we're gonna move them to support the drive on Paris. Can he really not move anywhere along this Verdun axis? Is there no... These rails don't hook up? And these rails end here? Or at least they can't go all the way up to... I'm not sure why. Oh well. At least gets them into the vicinity, I suppose. Get this artillery adjacent to Reims, or at least some of it. Okay. Spread our infantry out a bit to widen our frontage. We've got troops all along those approaches. Oh, just move there. I want to make sure that they don't just like pinch off my advance because it is a very narrow front. So this headquarters under von Werder is going to advance west and take these towns along here in conjunction with Frederick Karl, while we take von Reims with von Steinmetz. And then these troops are going to probably in the north advance along the railway up here towards Soissons and then west along toward Crépy. Because we are going to want to probably encircle Paris. I think that's going to be the direction to go. Their national morale is falling somewhat steadily. Let's move these troops at Toul. Why can they not get closer? Like, shouldn't they be able to take the railway towards Chalon? Or is there because of the damage to the town because it was recently taken? I'm not sure, but that is kind of annoying. Let's move one of those newly reformed or formed brigades to Toul, just to secure that flank in that area. Already moved that brigade to Belfort here. And then the Karlsruhe guys will move to, I guess, Metz, or like, Verdun doesn't have a railway that comes into it. So I guess we'll have to force march them up. Troops in the south, I think we did. Yep. Okay. All right. September 27th is over. We'll let the AI do its turn, and then we'll probably wrap up here. We've been going for almost an hour, guys. All right, so they are advancing against our spearhead, at least with some of their troops in Paris. I heard one unit move anyway. They're also sending some reinforcement soldiers into Reims. Oh, wow, they've got a bunch of troops that have been raised around here. So they are concentrating against a couple of our spearheads. They're getting muddy weather. We're actually getting good weather for us. Or solid ground, I guess, which is the important thing. But I think we're going to wrap this up here. So we're going to have a battle near Reims. We should be able to take the fort this turn, giving us the secondary supply center. Might be able to take out some of these enemy units here. It also looks like there's a concentration near Le Fert. And we'll try to engage them. I don't think we've got enough troops forward. The infantry is kind of dispersed. So I don't think we'll be able to fully deal with the threat there. But we'll move some of these troops around here. Before we wrap. All right, so I think that's where we'll wrap things up here. We're kind of part of the way through the September 29th turn. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts below as always, and until next time. This is the Historical Gamer, and we are playing Strategic Command American Civil War, the Blood and Iron free DLC download, which is a campaign of the French or Franco-Prussian War. Until next time, though, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm out.